In the following video, you will learn how to conduct research using your library LibGuide for your research assignment in English 205. We're currently looking at the library's website, www.hgtc.edu/library. To find your library LibGuide, scroll down and locate the LibGuides tab. You'll see a drop-down menu. Scroll through alphabetically and locate the English 205 LibGuide and click Go. If you're unfamiliar with LibGuides, these are specially designed sites created by librarians to help you find the best resources for a particular assignment. The Home tab comes up first, and it's basically just a welcome page. You'll navigate your way around by clicking on the other tabs. The Databases tab is where we're going to start, and this is where a lot of students usually find most of their information and most of their research. If you're unfamiliar with a database, it's basically a large collection of data organized for rapid search and retrieval. So what you should think of when you're searching our library's databases is that you're going to find things that were once in print in things like journals, magazines, newspapers, reference books, and other scholarly sources. On the right-hand side of this page, you'll find the English composition and literature databases. These are probably your best bet. You could use any of the ones that you see listed in this box, but we actually have 3 labeled as being best bets for starting your research. And they're the 3 that we're going to look at in this particular video. We're going to start with the Literature Resource Center database. One of the things that this and many other databases do is provide you with predictive searching. That means as you're starting to type in your search, you'll notice that it is giving me suggested searches of what it thinks I'm looking for. And if you see your item on the list, you can click on it and it will automatically conduct the search for you. This particular database gives you results in categories. They start out with a literature criticism. This is where scholars are writing about and analyzing a particular work of literature. You're definitely going to want to look at these. But you can also find biographies of your author, work overviews, that's kind of a summary of what it's about, reviews, and primary sources. But we're going to look at this section right here. Scroll through your results list, and when you find any that look good, click on them, and you'll immediately have access to that item. If you read through and determine that this is useful to you, you'll definitely want to take advantage of the email feature. It may say the word email, it may say the word site, or it may be an image of an envelope. If you click on that, you can send yourself a copy of this particular item so that if you need it in the future, you don't have to recreate the search. You can find it in your email inbox. The other thing that you'll want to use is the cite feature. It may say cite, it may say citation, maybe an image of a quotation mark. That's where you can find the suggested MLA citation for your source. These are computer generated, so you shouldn't just copy and paste this information into your works cited list. You should still double check it for accuracy and fix anything that you see that jumps out to you as being incorrect before using it on your final works cited list. The next database that we're going to look at is Bloom's Literature. And here again, if you wanted, the concept could remain the same in that you could type in the name of your work of literature and get your results. Now this database gives you results also in categories. Entries out of reference books, your literary criticism, and so on down the line. You can even further narrow your results using these items over here on the right-hand side. So if you only wanted to look about items that talk about the topic and the themes, in this case in Beowulf, you could click on this link right here and it will automatically take you to just those particular items. And as we've seen with the other library resource and all other ones, when you find an item that's useful, you have both the citation button available to you as well as the email feature which again may also have the word share. And then finally, we're going to take a look at Literary Reference Center. You'll notice that their search screen looks a little different than the other ones that we've looked at. There are actually 3 search boxes. So what we could do here is a more complex search. We could put in, let's say, the name of a work of literature, but then a topic related to that work of literature. So let's say I was researching Othello, but I didn't want everything on Othello. Maybe I want only the resources that talk about marriage in Othello. I could do a search like this: Othello and marriage. So now I don't get everything about Othello. I only get the ones that mention marriage. And as I go through, if I find one that looks good to me, I can click on it and it will take me in to go and look at that item. If you find that an item doesn't load immediately, look on the page for the PDF full text, and you can click on that and it will take you in to go and look at that particular item. And don't forget your email feature as well as your site feature. Now you may be saying, how do I add in more than one search term if I only have one search box? Here's the basic search page for Literary Reference Center, and you'll notice it actually only has one search box. Previously, we were on the advanced search page, which had the 3 search boxes. So if you encounter a search box that looks like this, as we did in the first 2 databases, if you want to do a more complex search, you can still do it, and this is how you would type in your search. Simply type the word "and" between your search terms. Doesn't have to be capitalized. I'm doing it here so it stands out for you, but this will combine your 2 search terms together so that every result that comes back has both of those words included. Now again, there are other databases that you can use in this box, and there are also databases below that box in the General Databases section. These are databases that are multi-subject and could be used for any research area. So an English class, a history class, a psychology class, you could use these in any class that you would like. And again, a few of them are labeled as best bets. Going back up, pointing out some of the other tabs that are available to you. On the Books tab, you can search to see if we have any print books available to you in the library. Bear in mind that as of the date of this recording, May 27th, the library is not currently open, but we do have a limited book and DVD pickup service available by appointment only, and you can learn more about that through this link here. On the eBooks tab, you will find the various companies that we use to subscribe to ebooks or electronic books. On this page, the 2 largest collections are EBSCO eBook Collection and eBook Central. There's about 400,000 books between the 2 of them. We'll take a look at each one of them now. Here's EBSCO eBook Collection. Again, as you start to type in your search, it will have suggestions for you of what they think you're looking for. So if you see your search on the list, you can click on it, and it will automatically bring up everything that they have on that particular item that you're searching for. And as I mentioned earlier, if you don't see the item right away, look for the PDF full text link, and that will take you right in so that you can look at the item. One of the great things about ebooks is they come with hyperlinked tables of contents. And the other great thing is that they often come with a search within feature where you can search for something in the book and it will show you every single page where it appears in that particular item. And don't forget, just like with the databases, you have a site button and you have an email button. Scrolling down now on the page to eBook Central, I'll briefly show you that one as well. Again, we have one search box here. So if we wanted, we could put in more than one search term using the word "and." So every result that comes back will be searching for not only the word Othello, but also the word wives. Going up to the top of the LibGuide, we're going to move on now to the Multimedia tab. This is where you can find Films on Demand and Canopy. These are our library's 2 streaming video services. You could use these to not only research your particular work of literature, but in some instances you may be able to find a reenactment. So if you're having trouble understanding that work of literature, sometimes it can help to view actors acting out that work or that piece of literature. Films on Demand will probably have a little more than Canopy will with regards to literature. So here you can see I've done a search for Wife of Bath's Tale, and I have 23 different videos that I could take a look at. When you find one that looks good, click on it, and you can immediately start watching it in this video pane here. There will be a cite button, and the other nice thing is that there's a transcript feature. If there's something said in the video that you want to directly quote in your paper, you can click on the transcript, copy and paste what you want, and then properly document it in your paper. You'll notice on your guide there's also an Authors/Works tab, and it has a menu under it of the 5 different works that you are researching for this particular assignment. If you want a little bit of a head start to see what the library has found that might be of use to you, you can go to any one of these pages here and find some suggested items. These could be ebooks, or they could be videos on your particular topic. Finally, in conclusion, you've got the Get Help tab. This is where you can find all the various methods for contacting the library for assistance. Whatever method works best for you is the way that we'll contact you and provide you with an answer to your question. So if you need help, please feel free to reach out to the library and we'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching.